Hi there. In this demo, we're going to focus on how your sales team can effectively use Airtable to track their sales pipeline activity. As well, we'll also learn how to customize Airtable to create personalized dashboards that motivate them to close deals faster. For the purpose of this demo, we're going to look at how HealthTarget, a fictitious HR software company, currently uses Airtable to keep track of their sales team's pipeline activity. Let's get started by taking a look at their base to see how they've been using Airtable so far. So now that we're inside HealthTarget's sales pipeline activity base, we can see that they've set up 5 different tables. The first table, Contacts, allows them to add all of the individuals that they're communicating with in hopes of becoming their primary HR platform. The Accounts table shows us all the companies that HealthTarget currently has a relationship with. Each account, you'll notice, can also have multiple opportunities for different branches of that company that they're currently selling to. So for example, for the account, the Bluth Company, there are 2 opportunities set up, one for the Phoenix office and one for the Orange County office. The Opportunities table shows us all of the ongoing and closed deals that the HealthTarget team has worked on. Once a contact has been qualified and their account is deemed a good fit, we go ahead and create a new opportunity for them here. The Activities table shows us all of the customer interactions that have been logged by all of the different sales reps. And then lastly, the Sales Reps table allows us to see all the members of a particular sales team, their total value of closed contracts, their quotas and their performance relative to that quota, as well as all of the opportunities that each sales rep has been working on, the accounts they're related to, and activities that they've each logged themselves. For the purpose of this demo, we're going to pretend that we're Michael Scott. So let's say that Michael Scott's goals for today are to reach out to 2 new leads. We'll get started on the Contacts table. And as Michael Scott, we can either manually enter in our new contacts. So our new contact's name is Jack. Or if you've been working off of another spreadsheet tool and have a lead list that you want to import, you can simply copy and paste it into here. So for example, we have this lead list here with 2 new contacts, and we can simply copy it and paste it. We can see that we're also currently tracking the lead source carefully so that we know over time what the most successful source for leads are. So for example, for HealthTarget, we can see they're using 2 different lead generation tools, Leads for You and You Know Me Leads. By tracking the lead source, they'll be able to evaluate the tool's performance over time and pick the one that's providing them with better, more high quality leads. Also, since we are a B2B company, we want to add the parent account for these 2 contacts. If you're a B2C company, so you're selling directly to individuals, then you might not need an accounts table at all since your relationships won't be associated with a specific organization. However, in this case, we ultimately want their parent company, TBS, a network television studio, to be our client. So let's go ahead and add TBS into our accounts table. So the account name is TBS. And since we haven't qualified the contact yet, we don't know if they're a great fit for the platform or if there is a potential deal on the table. So we can go ahead and just skip this for now. We'll add in our relevant contacts. So in this case, Jack and Elizabeth. And we also want to add in us, the sales rep, Michael Scott. So what I just did here is I was able to link these fields to different tables. So in Airtable, you are able to create a relationship between 2 tables by linking records. For example, right here we can see that this field is linked to the contacts table, while this field is linked to the sales reps table. What that means is when I want to add in the contact associated with the account or company, all I have to do is click this plus button, and it'll actually pull up all the records from the contacts table. Now we can see that when I go back to the contacts table, Jack and Elizabeth are now linked to the TBS account. I can also click on the linked account to bring up an expanded view of the record, and you'll notice that it's from the accounts table. In the future, if you just want to quickly look at a contact and their associated details, you can simply stay on one table and see their related accounts, any opportunities that have been opened for them, activities that you've logged related to these specific specific contacts, and then any notes and attachments that you've included for the client as well. This is especially helpful if, say, a contact calls you out of the blue. You can quickly pull up their record, see what opportunity you created for them, your last point of interaction, and any other notes that are really important about this specific client or account. So let's say that we send an email to both Jack and Elizabeth now. We're going to want to first change their statuses to prospecting since they're no longer in touch. That way we know not to contact them twice by accident to start a conversation. And then we're going to want to log this activity so that there's a record of this interaction for the rest of our team to see. So let's go to the activities table and log it. So the activity type is an initial email, and the date of interaction is today. So you'll see what we've done here is we've actually used a formula for this first column or the primary field so that it actually links together the information from this field and this field as well. That way, at a glance, when we open up our activities table, we can already see all of the interactions and what date they were. If you want to go a step further and maybe include the contact in this primary field, you can go ahead and do that simply by customizing the formula. Great, so the contact was Jack. And again, Michael Scott is the sales rep. Let's also create the activity for the email that we sent Elizabeth as well while we're at it. Great. So in the notes section, we can also include the content of the email that we send Jack and Elizabeth. So over time, we can see which templates have been really successful. And it's also helpful because I can see my other colleagues' activities, templates, emails, and call notes as well. So we can use those as resources to help us become better salespeople too. So let's say that Jack emails us back right away. Their HR system has been a total mess, and it turns out we emailed at the perfect time. So he tells us that he's interested in hopping on a call right now if we're available. So let's give Jack a call. Let's quickly change Jack's lead status to qualification since we are about to qualify him. With linking records, like I mentioned before, you can simply click on the record to expand it. That means that we can update Jack's record without needing to switch between tables, which is especially useful because that just saves us a lot of time as salespeople, since we always need to be updating things, sending people new emails, opening new opportunities, and we want to make sure that all of our information is up to date. So let's change this lead status to qualifying. On this qualification call with Jack, we want to learn more about TBS and make sure they're really a good fit for our platform. I also want to get an idea for the potential deal size so that we know if it's a high or low priority client. To log the notes for the call, we can create a new activity. Let's see, this is going to be our qualification call happening right now with Jack. And we can simply log all of our call notes right here. So let's make it actually a little bit easier for us to write this in. Let's expand the cell, and now we almost have our very own notepad to take all of our call notes in. On the call, Jack tells us about their current provider for HR solutions, so let's make sure that we note that down. Also, so we can do some research into those products. And we also tell him about our free trial. So he says that he's extremely interested in giving it a shot, and that if we're available, if we could follow up in 15 days after the free trial expires, that would be great. So let's make sure that we note that down. So Jack is going to try our free trial for 15 days, and we're going to follow up after the free trial expires. Logging call notes can also be super useful if a colleague goes on vacation or leaves the company and we need to take over on one of their accounts. Simply by taking a look at their previous activity history with a particular account, we can get up to speed on what has been discussed and then also how to take over. Overall, it sounds like Jack is the perfect fit for our platform and is definitely interested in giving us a try. So let's create a new opportunity for TBS. We can either create a new opportunity from this opportunities table or directly from this opportunities field in our activities table. Let's walk through how to do that. Just like linking an existing record, we can create a new record in much the same way by clicking this plus button here. And then instead of selecting an existing record, we click this Add New Record button. Now we're adding a new record directly into the opportunities table. So our opportunity name is going to be TBS. Opportunity status, we've just qualified them. Let's make sure that we're linking everything that we need. So the sales rep, the account, the contacts, and any next steps. So we should follow up in 15 days when Jack's free trial expires. In an opportunity, we can also log things like expected close date, the opportunity size, probability of close, or as the opportunity progresses, we might start having proposals, contracts, invoices, and it's really important to keep all of these documents here so that we can go back to them at any time. Let's take a look at what that opportunity looks like now in our opportunities table. So there's the new record. And we can see that a lot of our colleagues have actually used the other columns since they've been able to create proposals, contracts, invoices, and also other notes. This is super useful because I'm able to see some of the details from my colleagues' contracts and maybe even use some of that information when we're negotiating contracts with TBS later. Hopefully, fingers crossed. In Airtable, you can also do a couple of interesting things like you can utilize the summary bar at the bottom of the table to perform certain functions on a field. For example, in this opportunity size field, it can be really useful to, say, gather the sum of all of your potential opportunities so that we can forecast how much we're expected to make as a company. So we can simply click on the summary bar and use the sum function. Alternatively, we can also perform other functions like getting an average, so that we understand the average opportunity size of deals that all of our sales reps are pursuing. Overall, the summary bar really allows you to pull out additional insights from the existing sales data in your tables. In Airtable, we can also create new views. This allows you to create your own space to customize so that you can view all of your opportunities in a way that you'd like to, without altering what the rest of your team sees. If you'd like to focus in on just your own opportunities, you can simply create a new view and apply a filter. So for example, let's create a new view here. And let's call this one Michael's Ops. Now we can apply a filter so that the sales rep is Michael. And now we've narrowed down on all the opportunities that we're working on so that we really know where to focus our time. If we want to take it one step further, perhaps we don't even want to see any of our closed opportunities since we just want to focus on the open ones. So let's add an additional filter so that the opportunity status is none of, closed won, or closed lost. By narrowing in, we're able to really focus on details like what next steps we have to take. For example, we sent out an initial email to Jay and we don't have any next steps to follow up. So let's make sure that we are really on top of all of our tasks so we're able to start moving accounts through the pipeline and close deals faster. All of the changes that I make to this view will be saved, and now I have my very own personalized dashboard of opportunities that I can come back to. Most importantly, each sales rep can create their own personalized dashboard too, depending on what they'd like to focus on to help them close deals faster. A sales manager can also create their own personalized view to get an overview of all their sales reps' opportunities as well by using the group by feature. So let me show you that. So let's create a new view. Let's call it grouped by sales rep. And using the group by feature, we can easily see what each sales rep has been working on. So let's group by sales rep. And now each sales rep's opportunities are neatly categorized under their names. We can also use the summary bar here as well to perform functions on the individual groups themselves. By using the sum function on the opportunity size field, we're able to see that Michael's total opportunity size is much higher than Jim's. However, if we say use an average on this probability of close field, we can see that Jim's average probability of close is much higher than Michael's. By using the summary bar in grouped records, you can personalize reports based on each sales rep's performance to inform how maybe they can be more effective in their roles and how a sales manager can assist better on areas that perhaps they're falling short on or areas that they could be spending more time on. We can also create a Kanban view to visually depict an entire company's pipeline. This helps everyone see all of the opportunities neatly stacked under the opportunity status. Being able to visualize a pipeline in a board of stacked cards can help you notice important details like where the bulk of your opportunities are in the sales process and also to identify bottlenecks. For example, most of the opportunities that have not been closed yet are in the negotiation status. If I want to learn more about a particular opportunity stuck in this status, so say this Parks Department of Pawnee, I can simply click on it and expand the record. By looking through the record, I can get an idea for why this opportunity is still in negotiation, and also mention the sales rep on this deal to talk about how we can get this opportunity moving through the pipeline faster. In a Kanban view, you can also easily drag and drop records across statuses. So say TBS comes back and requests a proposal from us, since they're really loving our free trial already. We can quickly update the opportunity by dragging it simply to the proposal status. The Kanban view makes it really simple for your whole team to see what's in the pipeline and to also make updates in real time. Lastly, we can create a calendar view and plot the expected close dates for all of our opportunities. So this helps us forecast all the deals that our sales reps will be trying to close each month. If a close date is expected to change, so for example, the Blues company is expected to close actually much later in January, we can simply drag and drop the record to update its close date. Now we can see the expected close date has been updated. Like mentioned, all of your views will be saved and you can return to them at any time without ever altering what your colleagues see on this main view. Now, along with learning how to create new contacts, accounts, opportunities, and activities, we've also learned how to customize and create personalized views for each member of your team and to generate insights at a glance using the summary bar. On the sales reps table, you can also have the liberty of using more formulas if you'd like to not only calculate quota, but say even calculate a sales rep's quarterly quota, how much of that quota they've met for that quarter, and then for that, say all 4 quarters in total, so in a yearly performance, which makes it really useful in a review to see how they've been doing, and also different areas that they need to improve upon. And that concludes our webinar for today. Airtable is an incredibly flexible tool, so don't be afraid to adjust this template for your own unique sales team. Also, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out at support@airtable.com, or you can look for an answer to your question at support.airtable.com. Also, keep an eye out for future demos and webinars if you're interested in learning more, and we look forward to seeing you on Airtable. Thank you so much for watching.